Got a good amount of patch notes this time. That's what we wanted, though. How come? Why? What are we doing? This, to me, is the worst change ABI has presented to date. Oh, I'm so disappointed to read that, man. I'm so disappointed to read that, bro. Damn, dude, there's a couple of changes in here that I really didn't want to see. I'm going to look through the patch notes. Here we go. Matchmaking unavailable. Okay, so exactly as I thought, July 10th, UTC 0. That's when I thought unavailable, and it looks like planned server reopening. Okay, so it's actually 8 a.m. UTC 0. I'm wrong. July 10th, 8 a.m. UTC 0. So that's like 2 a.m. or something my time. Compensation, 1 advanced quick kit and a packet of ketchup. All right, sounds good. Update size is 29 gigajoules. New random extraction points on maps. Is there a trophy room coming out? I think so. We're going to look right now. After entering a raid, the team will have a chance to obtain a random extraction point, meet the extraction conditions. So this one was added in. It was like loot 4 dock boxes, and this extraction opens up. So that's kind of what it's talking about. New retrieval device. I really don't like it. The current version of retrieval device will only appear in the main mode and solo ops. I don't like this, the new retrieval device. Personally, I think the retrieval device should be for your teammates' gear, meaning that if you're playing in a squad and one of your teammates die, you can go and deposit their gear in this, and then therefore you can go through and continue on looting. I think that would be much better, in my opinion. There will be multiple retrieval devices. Meet the conditions for using the retrieval device, which I believe is 1 kill. Don't need a dog tag, but just need a kill. Activated farm, forbidden mode, multiplayer arena, new Arsenal shuffle and Arsenal. I never played it. I don't know what it is. New multiplayer arena map, Northridge and sewage plant, or Northridge sewage plant. I see. Okay, so it's just like a small map. That'll be kind of fun. Sewage plant, though, I figured that they would have done hotel instead. New kill cam function. When a player is eliminated, the screen will quickly switch to the opponent who eliminated them. Wait, what? New kill cam function. When a player is eliminated, the screen will quickly switch to the opponent who eliminated them? What? What? This is for the TDM mode? Dude, they need to specify that. I guess multiplayer arena category, but that to me doesn't... Okay. It says it above. Yeah, multiplayer arena isn't very clear in my opinion, though. Like if point 1 was the category, then it would make sense. But multiplayer arena doesn't make any sense to me. If it said Arsenal shuffle and Arsenal, and then those as the subs, that would make sense. Airdrop mechanic optimizers. No need to search after opening an airdrop. Okay. Event modes. New duo mode unlocked at level 24 and unlocks Northridge, lockdown zone, and farm. So the duo mode is only for Northridge and farm. Okay. New special op ambush mode, TV station, central control area, and Northridge Hotel. Okay, so there is a hotel version, I suppose, of special op ambush mode. Could be fun. Solo ops optimization unlocks at 30 and is presented as a forbidden zone. So that's a solo ops. The new version is launched. The following adjustments will be made to the mode's available timings. Team elimination, deathmatch, I don't really care, but it's there for anybody that does. Secure ops permanently available all day. Rotated between TV station and armory weekly. Don't really like the weekly rotations here. Solo ops permanently available all day. The map will rotate between TV station and Northridge weekly. Duos every Friday to Sunday. So duos is only available on the weekends and will be rotated between Northridge and farm weekly. Season 2 events, richer by the day, wealth and prosperity, daily check-ins. Okay, cool. All these, whatever. Weapon updates, AUG. I think we already know about all this. PCC, the G3, the 550, the MK14, ML. I didn't get to play this one, but a lot of people are saying this was pretty banging. Accessory updates, new VTOX, holographic scopes, a bunch of different accessories here. SJ adjustable stock. Kind of interested to see, because I know SJ is getting a nerf, but getting an ergo buff, I believe. All right, map updates and optimization, map expansion, new stable and recycling station in the north, wheat field in the south, and the villa. There are 40 plus new searchable items in the new arenas, new map boss, abyss captain, farm building aesthetics optimized. Optimize is one word for it. TV station. Optimize the match structure. I didn't really get to play TV station, so I'm kind of curious to see the differences. Realistically, how important is an ergo on a gun build this game? Pretty important. I mean, it controls your ADS speed. I didn't get to see some of the new TV station. I heard mixed. I think I heard more on the this is a good change than bad for TV station. I'll have to see it myself to make my own opinion. And reload, yep, and reload. Northridge optimized and added some searchable items, optimized the regional structure of the sewage plant. Wasn't a fan of that. I did play the Northridge, didn't like the sewage plant changes. Added cover to some searchable areas such as camps to increase the safety and exploration of these areas. Okay. Armory, didn't play it in the playtest. Optimized the distance between spawn points. That's probably good because I've heard bad issues with that. The armory switch is flipped. There will be a new announcement notification from when the armory gate is unlocked. Okay. Very different. Yeah, well, even above Donut, the office is on the opposite side or something, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. It'll take some getting used to, I'm sure. I've put a lot of hours into TV station. Optimized some sniping points and added markers to some points. Optimized the activation methods for extraction points. Abandoned shack, there's no need to use the key. Abandoned RV, this is changed to a random extraction point. So it seems like they're going away from like some of the key access point or the extraction points and putting it to like loot for things and yada, yada, yada. But for those action-based things, like, can you loot the same dock case, you know, or what? Do we know on that? Is it just first interaction, or can everybody just interact with the same thing to then unlock it? And change the conventional extraction points and they'll always be available. Okay, so for the boat, that's decent, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like the keys, man. I like the abandoned shack key. I like the boat key. It kind of makes you like have to have it. And if you don't have it, then you don't get the benefit, right? Like, I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. Holy shit. Got a good amount of patch notes this time. That's what we wanted, though. The new 3D marker in the raid. Players can click the middle mouse. Wait, didn't they say pinging wasn't going to be in there? 3D marking system. Players can click the middle of the mouse. Can hold the middle mouse. The different markers. Statuses for quick cremation. Didn't they say that the marking was going to go away? New focal point function. Once enabled, the focal point will appear at the center of your screen. New feature for the teammates to forgive accidental injuries. This is long overdue to be a lot more transparent. That's the crosshair. Yeah, this one's the crosshair number 2, but number 1. This is the ping system, is it not? New feature for teammates to forgive. Okay. New leaderboard systems. This should be fun. Maybe it'll expose some of the fucking cheaters too. Players are ranked based on their rank level, weekly updated elimination data, and loot value data. That must have been why they've been working on testing the tournaments the way that they did, because this is kind of an extension of that system. New trophy room system, version 1 unlocks at level 13. Okay, so that's the trophy level. The trophy room, level 13. New activity system complete. Sure. Daily rewards. New rank point protection card. When a player owns this item and meets the conditions to use it, it offsets the points. It can offset the points lost due to a failed raid. Bro, they don't matter that much. You've got to be doing something with these rank points if you think that that's a variable of contention here. You've got to have something up your sleeve, because as it stands right now, the rank points don't fucking matter, really. That's weird. New premium elite privileges. Elite exclusive dynamic cards. Okay. Probably MTX related. Season 1 Road to Victory event will change to a level reward system. Unlock the melee weapon assault dagger at level 30. This might be the flippable knife that we saw the other Chinese version have, I believe. Players can click their avatars, enter profile, level rewards. Sure, Road to Victory. When Season 2 is updated, the supply Road to Victory will be updated. Season 1 rewards, sure. Cannot be. Quick kits are adjusted. Unused quick kits beyond the limit will be removed weekly. What? Wait, what do you mean? You're gonna move all my quick kits, bro? Don't fucking touch my quick kits, man. I got 67 basic and 22 of the other ones, so I'm just losing them now? Just instantly losing them? Why? I didn't use them. You can't do that. You can buy Cohen. Auto rotate switch added to settings. Good. The filter function of the customization system has been optimized to make the information display of customized skins clear for the different levels and types. The interactive experience between weapons and mods has been optimized to make operations more convenient. From the game lobby to the selection modes of entering a raid, the process interaction information displayed is optimization. Just seems like some UI reworks. Evaluation of a price item inside and outside the rate has been optimized. This is actually a really good change too. Prices will dynamically change based on the market transaction prices. I think it's based off of the last couple of hours. I think, yeah, you can't stockpile. The contact system has been optimized. Deke Vincent, random formula refreshes. We spoke about this. So Deke is changing to being able to be refreshed 3 times every 24 hours on a 1-hour CD. So in a 2-hour play session, you can get all 3 of your of your Deke refreshes for the day, so you don't have to worry about the 6-6-12 split anymore. The game tutorial system has been optimized. Existing tutorial content is updated to make it easier to understand, and more gameplay tutorials have been added. Well, I don't know if we need more gameplay tutorials, but all right. Chat system has been optimized. Chat content can be copied, and text limit has been increased. Okay. Information displayed on elimination results, weapon details, game story, rank details has been optimized. Elimination results, what does that mean? Is that just like team elim, or is that the actual like you did damage to X player and B player and this is where you hurt them type thing? Because I would love to know that. The team lobby system has been optimized. Players can filter team languages to join teams who speak the same language. Yeah, I guess it's good at QL. When the invite request information expires, you can directly invite. Sure, balance adjustments. Let's see this. The defense of different levels of armor against grenades has been enhanced. Damage ability of grenades has been reduced. But don't worry, guys. If you were concerned about bringing in 40 grenades, you can still do that. No problem. You stand by. I'm reloading. The lethality of chest injuries has been adjusted. Oh my God, it's in there. When there are teammates alive, players who suffer chest injuries will get downed instead of being eliminated. That's fucking awful. This is awful. Absolutely awful. I mean, let's just get to PUBG, right? Like, that's the direction that's going. I'm sorry, but no lethal chest injury should be a down. At this point, why dance around the bush if that's where we're going? Just make everything, make lethal damage a knock then. Like, why not? This to me is the worst change ABI has presented to date for me. This is the by far leaps and bounds ahead, the worst change. I also think that we're dancing around the elephant in the room with the even 0.1 right above it. The grenade adjustments. The grenades need to be limited. They don't need to be nerfed out the fucking asshole here. Grenades should be strong. Oh, I'm so disappointed to read that, man. I'm so disappointed to read that, bro. We'll come back. The matchmaking mechanism has been optimized. The loot priority function has been added. Players can select loot priority from the raid starts to match with teammates who have selected loot priority too. Meh. Down characters' movement speed has been increased. I mean, this has no problem. But this with number 2 is terrible. Characters can move while using surgical kits now. Okay. I mean, for me, I thought surgical kit with the reduction in HP made the most sense because it punishes people to take unnecessary damage. Apparently, they don't want to go that way. That's too hardcore. So having some sort of movement while you're surging, I guess, is the trade-off for the surge kits. Sure. Ugh, the wound treatment effects of standard oh my God. And this is all changing. The wound treatment effects of standard military first aid E3 and the 926 rapid first aid kit has been increased. So does that mean that military kit can now do bleeds? Everything can do bleeds now. Ugh. Impact weight on movement speed and stamina has been reduced. Why? So everything is a bandage and med. So what are they doing to the bandages? Hey, I'll give you guys my honest opinion. Oh my God, the impact on the character's movement speed when passing through bushes have been removed? How come? Why? You just like a couple patches ago, you increased the speed reduction going through them, and now you're fully removing it? Why? What are we doing? Increase the armor damage of some of the bullets, which we already knew in a previous drop. It's not super crazy, but seems about 10% increase, 10 to 20. What the f are these changes, man? Other improvements, new Utopia hazmat case. Oh my God. Okay, so some new lootables. Golden Serpent, which is red. I think it was like 8 mil or something. Oh, here's another one. New weapon ammo loading function. You can now drag ammo into the weapon. During this time, the character will put down the weapon to load it. But I guess that's all right because new ammo ignition primer, weapon shell ejection, and other realistic performances have been optimized. So new other realistic performances have been also optimized. The lethality of chest injuries has been adjusted. When there are teammates alive, players who suffer chest injuries will be downed instead of eliminated directly. But other realistic performances are on the way. Dynamic blur function for weapon firing and ammo ejection to enhance expressiveness. New Class 2 password security functions. Players can adjust it in the in-game privacy settings. Sure. The animation performance of using the AK, the SV, and the MPX in the third-person perspective has been optimized. Wait, what? Of using... Oh, is that just like the showing of it? Some locked rooms in the game have been optimized. The following locked rooms will now be normal resource sites. I like this change, though. Some of the keys were completely pointless. So these are kind of the changes for the keys. I'm not going to name them all out, but you know, as an example, the A207, 203, C115 in Northridge. So some of the things just weren't really like worth getting. Some of them were, like the D208. That was a good key. Even I guess North Village House, I found some decent shit in there too. So I don't know. Optimize the firing performance of pistols. Okay. The quick operation of the wheel has been optimized. So this one I'd say is a W. It consolidates it. So if you have like 4 painkillers rather than showing 4 slots, it'll just go 4 charge on the painkiller. So it does allow you to have everything available and you don't have to worry too much about the slots. So that is a good one. The only one that I'm not sure about is if you like, let's say have 2 milli kits and you got one at 67 and you got another one at 120. Sometimes I like choosing depending on how much I'm losing. I don't want to start the 67 animation when I need the 110. You know what I mean? So I'm not I didn't test it enough to know that variable. So I hope that we can still choose. Otherwise, that's dumb. The interaction operation of climbing ladders has been optimized to prevent incorrect climbing action when the distance is too close. Climbing speed is also increased. This one seems okay. Weapon inspection has been optimized. You know, quickly you can switch between more actions during the inspection. The logic of placing valuable items into the case has been optimized. Weapon accessories and throwables will be placed in the pocket, chest rig, and backpack first. Okay. The new season Spec Ops title has been optimized to display the player legend. Sure. Information displayed in the operation interaction has been optimized to make it easier for players to organize their storage to set up the character's gear. I'm not 100% sure what they mean by that. It could mean a few things, but the interaction of a item transfer has been optimized. You can double left click the mouse button to complete the item transfer. Okay. Double clicking, I suppose. You can now adjust your operation preferences. What does that mean? Settings and control. Recoil performance of weapons have been optimized. Okay. Improved clipping issues with some weapons and appearance of characters holding the weapons in the lobby interface. Aw, dude, there's no more hung like a horse moments. Dang. The physical performance of characters after elimination has been optimized. What the f does that mean? Preparation animation of melee weapons outside the raids have been adding sheathing. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. The expression of the characters outside raids have been optimized. Okay, I'm not really sure what that means. Damn, dude, there's a couple of changes in here that I really didn't want to see. I'm really disappointed with the direction of these constant grenade changes that are dancing around the elephant in the room. The issue is not fucking the damage of the nades. It's not cooking. It's the amount of nades that you can bring it on. And I will die on this fucking hill and I will argue anybody that says otherwise. I will argue you until we are out of oxygen in our body. The problem is bringing in 35, 40 fucking grenades. It's not cooking and it's not the strength of grenades. If you don't want to get hit by a cook, don't stand in the wrong fucking spot. Simple. Position yourself accordingly. The problem is sending an airstrike and I will die on that fucking hill. Also, chest damage. You should not have a down. If that is a chest injury, that is a critical location and you should die. Much the same as your head. Those should be the two and the two only that kill you. This is a bad change and I do not agree with it. And I think it is 100% the wrong direction for this game. The second one, what is this wound treatment? What is the point of bandages? Why the hell is all of the med doing bleeds? Buy the right thing for the right fucking action, for the right ailment. Set your provisions up accordingly. And if you do not, tough. You got to deal with it. The fact that you can now reload right into the gun is lame. Why do we have that? Why do we need it? There is a ton of value in just swapping the mag 1-for-1 and reloading that mag. Why does it have to be done in the gun? I don't understand those changes. They don't make any sense to me. They're silly. Those are probably my biggest pain points with this patch. Some of the things that I do like, obviously, we'll see how some of the new guns are. I do like the solo forbidden mode. I do like the duo option. I do like the farm expansion. I didn't get to see the TV change, so maybe I will like it, maybe I will not, but that's kind of my standout pros and cons to these patch notes. I don't understand why we're doubling into super arcadey. There's already so many games out there that are super arcadey. You have an independent character to this game. Like, you have such a gold mine foundation in this game. We don't need to water it down. There's already COD, there's already PUBG, there's already all these other things. You're probably sitting there window shopping, looking at it and saying, hey, these guys are making so much money, we want to get there too. And while I totally understand that, you know, you need to make money. It's a money-making industry, and this is a free game, and I totally understand, but I don't believe this is the right angle to do it. You know, I heard that there was a statistic that only 10% roughly of the players play Forbidden. So sometimes when higher ups and chairmans or developers or executives, let's say, look at a number like that, they say, well, we need to double down on the space where we do have players. Whereas I see that as a problem. How can you make your game more well-rounded? Why is only 10% of your player base playing Forbidden? That's a problem. Arguably your best mode. Why are only 10% of people playing that mode? There's something structurally and fundamental wrong there, which is making people not be comfortable in going into that mode, or at least playing it a little bit more. You have 3 different modes at your disposal. You have normal, you have lockdown, and you have forbidden. You have literally the Wild West to pretty much every single one of them. Much the same as the Secure Ops problem. You have gear value that's adjusting depending on how much durability is on there. So you get people metagaming in normal with even tier 6 because it's a 300k cap and you can get away with that, right? You get people doing it in Secure Ops with the 400k cap. You need to plug those holes and you need to structure these modes to make the curve of the game more sensible. You know, the risk and reward for Forbidden, as we all know, hasn't made sense since day one. You can go in there with 300k. I'll give you a freaking example right now. All right, guys, we're ready for Forbidden. This is a problem and you need to deal with it. These are the elephants in the room that you need to address. I shouldn't be able to go in a Forbidden raid with something such as this. The risk reward for the Forbidden has to make more sense. Normal should be limited to tier 3. That creates a new meta for the normal. Lockdown should be tier 5, let's say, and that creates a new meta for that particular mode. And then maybe we have, you know, Forbidden at a tier 5 minimum to go in there, and then that creates the progressive curve of your game, utilizing your modes in a more sensible route. Something along those lines. Maybe that's not the winning formula. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not the one doing the game balancing, but what I am is a gamer, and I can identify when I think there's something that could be done better than what is being done right now. And that is one of those areas that I think could be improved. I also think in the question of red ammo, we dance around this question so often about red ammo. And I think 3 things should be done with red ammo, and this is what I think should be done. I think red ammo needs to be removed off the market. That's step 1. Step 2, I do not think you should be able to put red ammo into your composite case. I think that is something that should be removed. Therefore, you are risking the reward of using red ammo more. Thirdly, I think that the only way that you should be able to obtain red ammo is via in-game and or through the hideout as they start to develop that. That would then drive the bartered items across the board, because you could make it for different bartered for different red ammo, say M61 versus SNB versus anything else, that you could then craft that in your hideout, therefore driving the prices of these treasurables up and making things more plentiful and juicy and rewarding to actually loot. I don't know. I don't know how you guys think about it, but let me know in the comments. I think any game goes through this. You go through the development curve of a game over the span of years or months or whatever it may be. Inevitably, developers try things. They want to get something fresh out there, so they come in with this great angle that they think that's going to be amazing. And sometimes an idea is better just left as an idea. But I'm going to make this example. Sometimes less is more, and I'll tell you why. Look at Counter-Strike. Look at how untouched that game has been for so long, and look at how fantastic that game still holds up. Literally 1.2 plus million concurrent players damn near daily or something like that. It's crazy. People play the fuck out of Counter-Strike because the game was so good fundamentally, foundationally was amazing. This is a complaint by the co-creator of Counter-Strike, said it was so hard being a developer on Counter-Strike because the community never wanted anything changed about it. Now, I'm not saying nothing should be changed. Sometimes when you identify something as an issue, you need to try to come up with a solution or at least try things, and that's okay. But you do have to identify if it's going the wrong way, and if that's the right change. You have to be self-reflective and look at that and say, is this the right direction? Not only just from a couple of individuals, but from a consensus. Sometimes populism goes the wrong direction, but at the end of the day, Counter-Strike has stayed so strong over so many years and has barely been adjusted because the foundation of that game was so incredible that they didn't need to do much. And sometimes that's the better route. I'm not sure going from a tactical, hardcore extractor, dumbing things down like every single med now can just do the same thing. Oh, you can just reload into your gun. Oh, critical damage to your chest is no longer a death. Like, that's not the direction that I believe that this particular game needs to go. They got a vision, they got shareholders to answer to, they need to make money, and that is the primary argument for doubling down on the casual side. Money. That's it. Money doesn't always make great games. So how does one balance that? Is there a way? I don't know.